Hey guys, welcome to another heavy metal diecast video. And today we have one from Dragon Wings from the Warbird series. It is 1/72 scale diecast. It is the F6F-3 Hellcat. So this was actually an aircraft that was flown by Commander James H. Flatley. The people called him Jimmy. And he was the commander. He did lead the Command Air Group 5 on the USS Yorktown, which this particular aircraft is from. Flatley was actually already in the Navy when World War II did begin, and he continued his naval service actually until his retirement in 1958, and did retire as a Vice Admiral. But unfortunately, within a month of retiring, he did pass away and died at the age of 52, which was sadly the case. This Hellcat right here, 00, would be one of the last aircraft that he would fly before being withdrawn from combat missions in August of 1943, but not before achieving ace status with 6 aerial victories by that time. But this is a pretty cool looking unit from Dragon. It doesn't have much in the flap, just has Hellcat, but inside the box it does have just the aircraft and some landing gear and the propeller that you've got to put on. It does have the option with a canopy change if you want to have an open canopy in there from the looks of that, and a little stand in there, but no good in the box, is it? Let's get this thing open and have a real good look at it. So here's Jimmy's Hellcat out of the packet. It does have a little stand in a baggie as per usual. It does come with a set of instructions that, well, aren't the biggest, but they don't need to be. It shows you how to just do the landing gear options and the canopy sort of different options that you want to put on. But we want to have a look at the aircraft. All right, let's have a look at Jimmy's Hellcat. We'll get that open. And this is brand new in the back. I actually bought this off a seller on eBay for $55. And I thought that was pretty cool price for that one. And because he had never used it or displayed it, so I thought that was a bargain. And well, it's got some reasonable weight to it, actually. This is quite heavy. It's a very, very solid one, this one. But already got it on its back. We'll have a look underneath first and those details. And as you can see, this Dragon model is really, really nice. It's got some fantastic detail, and look at those panel lines are really, really nicely done. There is no drama whatsoever with that. That looks really fantastic. Obviously, it's in flight. You do have to put the propeller on this one. We'll turn this Hellcat over and have a little look. I just sort of can't get over it. It's actually got a fair bit of weight. That is quite surprising. The build quality of this is fantastic. I think it's great. So obviously this unit can come off and you can swap over the canopy that does have the opening if you want to have it in open position. But we'll just keep it in closed position here, and we'll have a look at these lines on the wing. Look at that. That is really nice. It has some great detail there. We'll go along the fuselage. That is great. So as I said, he was flying this in CAG 5 operations from the USS Yorktown, and this would be one of his last aircraft that he would fly before sort of being withdrawn from combat duties. But what we'll do, we'll kit Jimmy's aircraft out with some landing gear and a propeller and come right back. So here we have Jimmy's Hellcat all kitted out, and it does come up really nice. It does have some Sentinel ordnance that goes on. They all drop straight in. You do have to push fairly hard to push these into the holes, but it feels like the landing gear and everything are made out of metal, so you don't have to be scared too much that you might break them. The stand will clear, so you can leave the ordnance on, which is a good thing. And you just slot that little tail wheel in, and obviously the propeller, which does turn reasonably good, we'll turn it over. And I've kept the canopy off so I can show you some cockpit detail. And as you can see there, I'll zoom in a fraction so you can see a little bit better. It's got some great cockpit detail in there. I think that's really nice. It's got some really good detail on that. And show you those close-ups of the panel lines again. And I think it's a really good example of a Hellcat. This is a really nice one. I'll zoom back out a fraction again. And I think it's a pretty cool little unit. We'll put the canopy back on. It's just plonk straight on. And what we'll do is so you just put also these aerials here. There's an aerial there and an aerial, a tiny little aerial that goes on the back tail there. And speaking of little back tails, this little rudder does have a little bit of play in it as well for a little bit of movement if you want. And I reckon this goes together really nicely. And last but not least, we'll chuck this bird on the stand for you, and you just plonk it in the hole like so, and you are good to go. And that is done. That is a pretty cool looking Hellcat to me, if I do say so myself. I reckon it's a nice one, and I got it for a good price, $55, and I thought that was a bit of a deal. Sometimes, you know, we do pay through the nose for diecast over in Australia here at times, but it's always good to get something that's reasonably priced for a change, and I thought that was a reasonable price for this particular aircraft, and it's another good example from Dragon Wings. So once again, this is from the Warbird series. It is 1/72nd scale. It is the F6F-3 Hellcat, White 00 from the USS Yorktown in 1943, as flown by Commander James H. Flatley, or Jimmy as he was known to his friends. And this was the aircraft, one of the last aircraft that he did fly. So you know the deal. I will take some pics of Jimmy's Hellcat and chuck them on at the conclusion of the video, which is winding up right now, and you can check his Hellcat out. If you did like the video, throw us a bit of a like. That would be awesome. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. I thank everyone that has been. All right, guys, I will wind this up, and thanks again for your time and spending it watching one of my videos once more. All right, thank you so much, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, guys.